My favorite whipping boy, Oberlin College, is back in the news. Now, I know you're wondering how. Like they were already, they lost. They were forced to pay the Gibsons. What else could they possibly be in the news about? Well, that's the funny part. These losers always find a way. Oberlin College sues insurers for refusing to cover $36 million it paid Gibson's Bakery for defamation and other torts. So now they expect the insurance companies to cover what's entirely their fault. Like, I think, isn't car insurance about the only insurance that they're expected to pay out, even if it's your fault? No other insurance does this, and yet Oberlin, I guess, expects it from them. Now, talk about entitlement. This is just insane. This is why I love these guys. They are the gift that keeps on giving. Though 4 insurance companies have told the college to pound sand. Have you ever rooted for insurance companies ever? There's a first for everything. I know. I feel kind of dirty too, rooting for the insurance companies, but hey, that's the situation we're in. So after 6-year struggle in December of current year -1, Gibson's Bakery was finally paid by Oberlin College a total of $36 million, representing a judgment of approximately $32 million plus post-judgment interest. We covered the payment on December 11th, current year -1. Finally, the Gibson's Bakery has been paid by Oberlin College. Yeah, we covered that. That was a good day. That was an early Christmas present. It was a 6-year struggle for the Gibson family, which saw Grandpa Alan Gibson and David Gibson pass away and after the trial, but before the appeals were concluded. At least their families get to enjoy it, you know? It was a 6-year journey for us as well. We covered the case almost since its inception of the riots outside of the bakery on November of current year -7. Yeah, dude, same here, man. We've been here from the start. After a black Oberlin College student was stopped for shoplifting. He was, in fact, shoplifting. Yeah, this wasn't a false accusation like Juicy Smollett or Bubba Wallace. The ensuing allegations by the college that the bakery has a long history of racial profiling led to a lawsuit, trial, appeals, ultimately payment. We were there the whole way. I know, man. And it's thanks to sites like you that I was able to be there for the whole way, too. It's nice, very nice. And plus, one potential response to this too, if they had such a long history of racial profiling, why was the college supporting them up until then? You could turn it on the college leadership by pointing that out. Along the way, for those of you paying careful attention, a controversy bubbled up as to whether the college's insurers would cover the verdict. We covered the potential dispute on June 9th after the $11 million compensatory verdict, but before the $33 million eventually reduced punitive verdict. That's right. A jury has awarded Gibson's Bakery and its owners $11 million compensatory damages against Oberlin College for libel, intentional interference with the business, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The punitive damage hearing next week could add another $22 million, bringing the total to $33. An obvious question, and one that a lot of people have been asking, is where the college has liability insurance to cover the verdict. Based on court filings obtained by Legal Insurrection Foundation, it appears that the insurer, Lexington Insurance Company, is likely to disclaim coverage for the intentional torts which gave rise to the verdict. Yeah, when it comes to liability insurance like this, yeah, they generally only cover shit that's not your fault. If you're the one that did it, yeah, you're going to pay. The likelihood of refusal to cover the verdict was revealed on May 1st, current year -4, the motion to intervene. Filed by Lexington Insurance Company. The purpose of the motion, according to Lexington, was for limited purpose of submitting interrogatories to the jury to determine facts that the issue and this action would impact the coverage under its policy. Well, now, oh man, it's getting a little bit dry, but it's funny. We can't just skip this. I then extensively quoted Lexington motion, which previewed how it would disclaim coverage and how the nature of the claims in the verdict would be important. Yeah, we don't need to read legal documents. The motion then sets forth Lexington's inability to gain cooperation as to a jury interrogatories from the college. Yeah, okay, right there. As soon as the college was getting hostile, I would have pulled out. So in particular, Lexington affirmatively requested on several occasions that defendants submit jury interrogatories and instructions as proposed through the motion. Lexington also inquired as to whether proposed jury interrogatories and instructions were due. It was informed April 27th by defense counsel for Oberlin and Miss Raimundo that there was currently no deadline set by the court, and the deadline will probably be several weeks away. Oh, man. Is that why they had to go directly to the court themselves? Because if the college refused to give that to them, yeah, they have to go. I'm quite sure that they would have permission. Like they're an interested or invested party, whatever, in this case. The motion then sets forth the history of Lexington fighting with Oberlin College as to insurance coverage. Good. After quoting from Lexington motion, I conclude accordingly, based on Lexington's court filing, it's likely that Oberlin College, should its post-trial motions and appeals fail, have to pay out of pocket and then sue Lexington. And that's exactly what's happening right now, huh? And so it has come to pass. I was alerted by a legal insurrection reader to a story in the local Chronicle Telegram. Oberlin College sues 4 insurance companies over Gibson's bakery settlement. Yeah, it really does feel weird being on the side of an insurance company, but they're the ones in the right here. The Oberlin College has sued 4 of its insurance companies in Lorain County Common Pleas Court to force them to cover the multi-million-dollar judgment that Gibson's Bakery won against the college in current year -4, plus more. The college filed suit in April against Lexington Insurance Company of New York, United Indoctrinators Insurance of Bethesda, Maryland, Mount Holly Insurance Company of Peoria, Illinois, and Starstone Specialty Insurance Company of Cincinnati. Oberlin College claimed the insurance companies wrongfully refused to honor promises they made in their respective policies to protect the interests of Oberlin College and its former vice president and dean of students, Meredith Raimundo. Yeah, that bitch. She was the cause of most of this. And while the college is here having to pay $33 million, what happened with her? Oh, she just deployed her golden parachute and got a better job at a different college, and now it's not her problem anymore, despite this being almost entirely her fault. So the case is assigned to Judge Chris Cook, who was not the trial judge. That was John Maraldi. The Chronicle Telegram quotes and paraphrases various aspects of the pleadings. Well, at the time of the events that led to the Gibson's lawsuit, Oberlin College said it had insurance policies providing at least $75 million total insurance coverage, which was more than enough to pay the underlying judgment and substantial unpaid defense costs it incurred in the nearly 6-year period. Or 6-year legal battle. The college got $1 million from one of its insurance companies, but also incurred millions of dollars in defense costs pursuing its appeals, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit did not give an exact dollar amount of the college spent on legal fees. It wouldn't matter because it's all their fault anyway. Oberlin College's insurance policies included $25 million in commercial umbrella liability coverage from Lexington, $10 million from Mount Holly, $5 million from Starstone, $25 million in overlapping indoctrinators' legal liability coverage from the United Indoctrinators. These policies were intended to provide seamless coverage for lawsuits like the Gibson litigation. No. They would have protected you from false lawsuits, like from false claims, frivolous lawsuits. Yeah, they would. If it was a frivolous lawsuit, sure. But no, you were in the wrong. You got sued for it. Deal with it. So unfortunately, the defendant insurers have failed to pay a penny towards the $36,590,572 and $48 sum that Oberlin paid the Gibson plaintiffs. They also failed to pay for the full cost of Oberlin's appeals, which are pursued at the behest of insurers in order to reduce their collective exposure. Now, the insurers allegedly told the college that some, if not all, the damages would be covered according to the lawsuit. Well, if they have proof for that, they may actually have a case, sadly. Instead, Lexington and the United Indoctrinators allegedly engaged in a systemic multi-year effort to avoid their coverage obligations by attempting to shift responsibility from the Gibson lawsuit to each other. That's also actually shit, man. The college isn't wrong about this. Insurance companies do that all the damn time. If there's more than one insurance company involved, yeah, this is a common thing they do. No, you pay. No, you pay. No, you pay. And meanwhile, you're just there waiting for someone to pay. I don't care who, someone pay. Lexington and United Indoctrinators also allegedly both had numerous pretrial opportunities to resolve their underlying litigation for a small fraction of the eventual verdict and could have settled the case for less than $10 million on the eve of the trial, according to the lawsuit. The college had even demanded the insurance companies do so, according to the lawsuit. Oh, okay. Look, you see what they're doing here now? Now they're trying to portray themselves as the victim. Oh, we never wanted to drag out this lawsuit with the Gibsons after we smeared them as racists. and destroyed their business. No, it was those evil insurance companies. Oh, we wanted to settle and just pay them 10 million, but no, these insurance companies, they forced us to drag these guys around. Sure. And none of them did, according to the lawsuit, with Lexington failing to pay a single cent, and Oberlin College facing complete abandonment by United Indoctrinators. Mediation between College and United Indoctrinators failed in early current year -2, and the insurance company refuses to renew Oberlin College's policy after 34-year policyholder relationship. Well, if you were an insurance company and you're dealing with a college that, libels and slanders their business partners like this, would you want to continue doing business with them? Now, I'm in the process of obtaining the case pleadings and motions, likely have more details. Our 6-year journey continues, and we will now follow this insurance lawsuit. Yeah, this is nice. Have you ever rooted for insurance companies ever? There's a first for everything. Yeah, I was worried, man. Like last December when it looked like it was finally over, I was happy for the Gibsons for finally having justice. But I was a little bit sad. Like, man, I've been talking about Oberlin for like 6 years, laughing at this. I was kind of sad that it was going to come to an end. But happily, it looks like it might not be coming to an end. It looks like we may have another couple of years, as now the insurance companies are the target of this bigoted institution. Can't wait to see what happens.